On this episode of the Old Bagel Podcast.
I was like, why aren't you on the flight? And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm right here. Yeah, I fell asleep.
Frogmore stew is corn.
It's frogs.
That dude clearly has some sort of issue that he needs to work through.
He
wants to be a healthy human being.
I would ask him if he wants to be on my OnlyFans.
Are we on episode 4 now?
Yeah, it's episode 4, starting right now.
And that's why I brought 4 of these.
3 and a half at this point.
It was 4. And I was exactly a half.
Some clementines.
They're so yummy.
The episode doesn't start till I put on my fake glasses.
Are they fake?
Yeah, of course.
You know what's the most real glasses? Would you mess with me?
No.
I wouldn't.
I would be like, that person
I wouldn't mess with you because I know you're protecting your eyes from all that blue light.
All the blue light. I'd be like, if someone was wearing that, I'd be like, that person is on some sort of kick for sure.
Yeah. So anyways, tell me how you got these first before we even get into it. Tell me about your rarities.
This guy, I think I picked this guy up just like at GameStop. But I looked up, I think this one's pretty expensive. But also, this is the one that came with Twilight Princess HD for the Wii U.
Oh, have you used it on...
I have. I used it for Breath of the Wild. I haven't used it for the Tears of the Kingdom, no. But Wolf Link running around just slaying shit is pretty great.
Yeah, I don't have any amiibos.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like them. They're fun. I think those are the only 2 good ones that I have. But
Cool, impressive.
Also, they don't really do anything. I don't know. They're just like little silly decorations.
You get a wolf companion, right? When you do this one?
Yeah.
In Breath of the Wild?
And then I think this one you get Epona.
Oh, yeah. I saw that you can get Epona with that one in Tears of the Kingdom. I've seen that before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just haven't done it yet.
Loser.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well. Hello. We've made it to episode 4. Many people didn't think it would happen, but here we go. Against all the odds.
Against all the odds. All the naysayers.
All the naysayers, Trevor. Wait, what was that?
There's a hair.
Probably mine.
Is it good luck?
Yep.
Whoa.
You know when you eat food and there's a bay leaf in things sometimes? Yeah. Whenever that we get the bay leaf like in our serving, that's like the lucky leaf, like it's a lucky thing.
The lucky leaf.
Okay, so first thing I want to get into is we were gonna YOLO today.
Oh yeah.
We had a 30-minute YOLO moment.
For me, it lasted a couple hours.
I guess I was
debating on it for a while.
Total for me, it was like 30 minutes of being like, oh yeah, I want to do this. So, like early this week, I think, or
it was
late last week. Yeah. Vincent was like, so we're probably gonna have to do the pod remotely, and I'll give you a microphone. You can like do it from your house or whatever. And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. He's like, I might go to California to go to Pokemon convention. Oh, I have a surprise for you coming.
Oh. Did you get me Pokemon cards?
No.
Oh. You
have them all. Gotta catch them all. Okay, so Vincent was like, yeah, I think I might go to California. And then I get like crazy like FOMO, YOLO. Yes. And I was like, well, wait, what if I go to California too? And I just like go hang out and it was a really fun weekend. And it was like, in my head, I thought it was real close. Because I already talked to my auntie and I was like, hey, can we come hang out with you? And she's like, of course. And then I was like, sick. That's all really I needed to do. But Vincent was a very responsible adult and said, we shouldn't.
I'd have been so broke. I wouldn't have had any money.
Which will bring me into my next little talking point. I am a terrible traveler.
Oof.
My whole family has this thing where whenever someone's going on a trip, they'll be like, don't pull a Kasia. So last July, my friend Hannah was getting married out in California, and I was like, yay, cool, fun. And I went. I was her only person that she invited. Like I was her only guest, and then her husband invited 2 or 3 people. So there were like 3 or 4. I can't. You should be able to remember if it's a wedding and there's 3 or 4 people. I think it was 2 others. I was really drunk.
Oh yeah, crazy shit happens at weddings. So.
But I have really bad flying anxiety. So like, once I get to the airport, it's like shots of vodka I don't even do tequila because that's gonna keep me up. I want to just get knocked out.
Yeah.
And I also tend to take like sunrise flights so that like there's no chance of like traffic or delays and stuff. So like it's way too early. So I get on my flight from here and I make it to Atlanta. No problem. Great. Love it. I immediately go to the bar and I'm like, sick, give me vodka. So I start drinking vodka and then I meet a lady. I have her phone number saved on here and we started chatting up because she was on my flight too. And I made up like a whole lie about my life. There you
go.
Yeah, I told her. What was your lie? It was awesome. I told her I was a psychiatrist.
Nice. Okay.
It was great. I honestly, I think her name was Laura. Like if I looked at my phone, I could find it. And the last thing I said to her was like, I love you, bitch. So anyways, we were hanging out for a couple hours and then our flight got called. So we went and got on our flight and mama was wasted. Okay. I remember standing like in the terminal, like trying to get onto the plane. I was like wobbling. I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, oh no, well, at least I'm going to sleep. Cause the Atlanta to California is like the longest part of the flight. I was like, that's great. Awesome. My mom doesn't know this. I lied about some things. I'm really sorry.
She's gonna see this.
She might. Mom, stop listening. Okay, so I get all the way on my flight, seated, and
from Atlanta to California.
Yep, I'm ready to go, and I'm sitting there, and I look around, and like I was telling you, so with Delta we get two carry-ons. I look around and I only have my book bag and I'm like, oh fudge, I left my suitcase, like my carry-on suitcase at the bar. I was like, oh my God. So
no way.
I just like hustled out of the plane and like I started running.
They let you off the plane?
Yeah, they let me off. And I was like, I left my suitcase over at the bar and the guy was like, you're not going to make it back. And I was like, no, it's right there. I got this. So I ran all the way to the bar and I was like, same bartender was there. I was like, hey, I left my suitcase. Like, where is it? She's like, you didn't leave a suitcase. And I was like, oh fuck. What do you mean? I was like, where could it be? So like I ran all the way back to my terminal whatever. And I get there and they're just closing the gate. I was like, no. I was like, I don't know where my suitcase is. That's my flight. And they're like, well, you probably brought your suitcase on. I was like, no, I didn't have it. And they called inside of the airplane. They're like, hey, is there a suitcase? And they described it at this seat. I had already put my suitcase in the overhead compartment.
Oh my God.
And I didn't realize it.
Oh my God.
So I missed that flight and my mom was...
And your suitcase was on the flight.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it was like headed off to California without me. And I was like, oh fuck. So I had my book bag, which just had like my Nintendo in it. And I was like, what am I going to do?
Oh wow.
And thankfully, I lied to my mom. I lied and I said I had to pee and they were calling out the things and I missed it.
Oh, wow.
So I'm so sorry. I just was wasted. Okay. All right. Anyway, so it was like 8 hours until my next flight, which was whatever. Fine. Get to California. No problem. Had a great time. Beautiful wedding. She gets married at this place called the Wayfarers Chapel, which is like this all glass chapel on a hill overlooking the sea. Beautiful. The priest asked me if I approved of the marriage. Like it was just awesome. Then the next day after the wedding, my flight's at 5 a.m. It was a wedding and a reception with 5 people. We're wasted, okay?
You had to get on a plane at 5 a.m. the next day?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So anyways, I woke up and I actually got onto my van, picked me up. I got picked up. I made it to the airport, made it to the terminal. I was sitting down, all was good. I hear them starting to call my plane. I'm like, all right, sick. They're calling first class. I'm in a business, or no, not even business, just economy. So I'm like, all right, sick. I'm exhausted and probably still drunk, also really hungover. So I'm just like, I'll just sit here and like wait. Like I feel comforted. I'm like, all right, I did it. I'm not gonna miss this flight. And then all of a sudden I wake up because my mom's calling me, screaming. She's like, why aren't you on the flight? And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm right here. Yeah. I fell asleep and I missed the boarding call.
Oh my God.
And
like in the terminal? Or?
Yeah, I was sitting literally right next to the actual like entryway to the airplane. And it's like I was sitting right here and because they called my name, they couldn't find me. So my backup emergency number is my mom. So they called my mom. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, we know she's there. Like, she sent us pictures, like, all this stuff. And she's, like, screaming. Not screaming. She's screaming. It was scary. I cried. I was like, oh, no. And she's, like, freaking the fuck out. And I was like, oh, my God, dude. I don't know. I was here. Anyways, missed that flight too.
Oh my gosh.
It was great. And that's why I'm a terrible flyer. So good thing we didn't go to California this weekend. That would have, probably been bad.
Might have been a chance for you to redeem yourself.
No, I did like a couple months later. I made it all the way to California to props by myself.
I've only missed one flight, and that was because I had a skate tool in my luggage, and it
How
was
is that
like
considered a tool? I mean, a weapon.
It wasn't. They just like didn't know what it was. It was shaped like a Y. And they were like, "What is that?"
It's
and I was like, "It's a skate tool." And I was already like kind of running late, and so they stopped and like searched my entire bag. And I was like, "It's a for skateboarding. Like, there's a skateboard." And they're like, "We have to look anyway." I'm like, "Oh my god!" So that was, and then I just like got on a flight like 50 minutes later.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's not your fault. My things were all my fault.
You were like, I got time. They're calling first class, and then you just fell asleep in the chair.
Yeah, I wasn't even trying to fall asleep. It just happened.
Yeah.
Like, I had my AirPods in.
And then you woke up.
Yeah, I woke up to my mom screaming. I was like, "Oh no, what's happening?"
Wow.
It wasn't even an hour later. It was like 15 minutes maybe, because like I was awake through first class boarding. Like it was just about to happen. Like I was like, all right, cool, I'll just wait. I drank too many Michelob Ultras the night before. That'll do it.
We felt we didn't describe our video game to movie adaptations quite the way we wanted to, because we forgot The Last of Us, and I don't know how
so
that
many
happened.
More. 'Cause I was like,
you went through and got a bunch more.
It's so much. Like I'm an idiot. Like we're so stupid. Tomb Raider.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
Dude, but I feel like we would forget that because that became such a mainstream movie. Because
yeah, I never played the Tomb Raider games.
Me neither. I didn't care, but like that's a big one. Resident Evil, didn't like it.
There's so many Resident Evil movies.
So many.
And there was a Netflix show that got canceled. I actually watched
Detective Pikachu. All the Pokemon movies. I thought you were the biggest Pokemon fan.
I know, and I did. And I liked Detective Pikachu.
I loved it too. That was like one of my favorite.
Yeah, and then we both said that we didn't want a Zelda movie or TV show. Right. But I'm gonna change my mind on that.
I changed my mind as well.
Here, I'll go first, then you go.
Okay.
So I would like to see a Zelda TV show or movie if it follows all of Ocarina of Time exactly the way it happens from the beginning to the end. Like that's the only way that it would like be like good, like a good way to like introduce that.
I agree with you. Like
cinematically, I feel like
I don't want them to make up. I don't want a new story. Because it's.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I want to see like. Yeah, I want to see Ocarina of Time.
So so up until this morning, like I was like, I thought that this girl, Kiernan Shipka, I think that she would make like the perfect Zelda from Zelda and
Sabrina
and Sabrina. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, just like I think she would make a great Zelda. That's my only thing. Like if they did live action, they would have to perfectly cast it, but then it's like it's such a beloved like and then cultish thing that I don't know, like I don't think they could do live action because people would be so upset. That's
why I think they need to stick to like Ocarina of Time storyline like as closely as possible.
Well,
and just play it like exactly like the video games.
Right. Yeah, word for word, everything like.
Yeah.
So this morning I watched a lot of YouTube. Someone was talking about how I guess there are hot rumors going around that Illumination is going to make the next movie. After Mario 2, they're going to make a second Mario for sure. But they said the next thing is going to be Zelda.
Whoa. It's like an animated one?
Yeah.
I guess it could be in the same style. But I don't want it to be a kid's movie.
Right. This is the thing is like...
It's not... It's kind of a more serious...
It's such a protected thing. Like it's really, really... I don't know. They can't fuck it up because it's gonna piss everybody off.
They just need to give Peter Jackson a bunch of money and let him film Zelda in New Zealand and make it just as epic as Lord of the Rings.
I've never seen any of those movies.
Really? Oh, they're so good. Idiot. They're very good, and they were made like they're really good for when they were made too. Like.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like I never watched them.
I don't know. I just don't think that a Zelda movie geared towards children would be like really good.
It can't be because you're murdering monsters.
Yeah, you're going around slaying monsters.
There's a like evil villain trying to murder you as well.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of an adult, not adult, but it's a little bit more of a mature storyline. Like,
and there's like the message and meaning behind it. It's like,
well, the Mario movie was good, so they have a pretty solid track record as far as like the movies they make. So
I'm sure it'll be fine and we'll love it and it'll be cool, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared for all of it to happen.
Before we were while we were setting up the cameras, you were talking about some guy that saw some of your camera equipment and assumed that you were using it for OnlyFans.
Trying to play footsie. So I brought over on this camera. Is it this one?
Yeah.
So I have a tripod for my phone. It just has like a thing that you can like spread open and put your phone in and it records or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was seeing this guy and he came over for the first time to my house and saw my little like tripod and was like, "Oh, do you have that for your OnlyFans?" And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, do you use that to record yourself for OnlyFans? I was like, I don't have an OnlyFans. And he like went on and on. I was like, dude, no, seriously, I don't it took me it took a while to convince him just that night, like that I did. And then I was like, do you know why I have that? I was like, I bought that tripod so I could film my daughter's birth last year. Like, what the fuck? But it was really weird that he made such a big deal about it. Like,
yeah, it's a very strange like thing to just assume about somebody just because they have like a tripod, like or something. Like that's so weird. Like, what the fuck?
And then even if I did have an OnlyFans, like,
motherfucker, you gotta pay for that shit if I do.
Yeah, who cares? Like, who cares? That's making money. Like, great, but I'm not making that money.
Yeah.
But it was really weird, and then he kept going on about it. And like even like in our like final like couple of weeks that we were like talking, like he would bring it up again.
Oh,
like,
so it wasn't even just like a that day thing.
No, he kept going on, and like I had to explain to him again, like for me specifically, like I'm not gonna have an OnlyFans.
Yeah, this is my hot take on that, is that this dude's just a fucking asshole. Like,
who
has that mindset when you like go and see something like that? And I mean, had you guys been hanging out for a while? Like, did he know much about you? Like, what did he have?
Yeah, he knew me pretty well.
Did he have any reason to assume that you were like a fucking cam girl?
No.
Like,
Yeah,
no, there's nothing wrong with that, but like for a dude to just assume that is insane. Like, what a dick.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like even after like that first night, I explained to him, I was like, I'm not gonna have one because I don't know like where I'm gonna go like career wise, and once you do OnlyFans, you have to fill out a W-2, and then it's officially like you're a sex worker, and that like puts a little like stain on your mark or on your records. Like you don't know. I was like, and I gave him like a valid excuse. I was like, I really don't. But it was like a big thing to him. He's just like
weird.
I was like, okay, well if this is a big thing, like then why are you still talking to me?
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's so odd?
It really was like.
I just don't understand the leap from like seeing a little like phone tripod to being like, oh, and then that's like stuck in his head.
Yeah.
It's like, has this happened to you before? Like you clearly have some issues that you need to work through. Like, this isn't about me. I don't think.
I mean, it was on my dresser, like, because I was FaceTiming him a lot, like, before we would, like, hang out in person. So it was on my dresser where I would FaceTime him from, which, like, faces my bed. Like, it's just, like, it's an easy place to set it up at. So I was like, maybe that's why, because it's, like, looking at my bed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It was just weird and icky and not cool. Didn't like it. And also, you suck. You suck dicks. You're the worst. Kaia threw all your clothes away that you left in my house. Sucker!
Like, Kaia, get rid of these.
Dude, Kaia's a boss. I love her.
How's she doing? She happy to be done with middle school?
Yes, Kaia's graduated. She made it. She's a high schooler now. I don't even know. She's at the beach being a beach babe. I really don't know.
I feel like I met you when you were a freshman in high school, or was it a sophomore in high school?
I don't think we met in high school. No? I don't believe it.
Because you met Will at band camp, and then he introduced me to you one day in like the hallway.
I don't
You
remember.
were tiny little Kasia, like 14 years old, 15 years old.
Kasia.
I mean, I don't think we like actually hung out till like afterwards when you moved back from Texas, but
Yeah, I knew who you were.
Yeah.
I don't remember like
I remember meeting you in the hallway because Will was like, yeah, I met this girl. She's, because you were in like 2 grades below. Who knows what the people that she's gonna meet her freshman year that she'll still be friends with. Dude, I'm bummed. Later.
Like just me saying that, what I just said, and realizing that Kaia's going into that year. That's not cool.
No, it's a great time. You had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You made it through. You didn't cause your parents too much heartache, right?
Nope.
There you
My
go.
parents got divorced
At that time?
the year before.
Oh.
So maybe.
Oh, so you were going through a wild time.
I was going through it. Final Destination ruined a generation, right?
Oh, I guess so. I never saw any of those movies.
Good, don't. I can't like drive up behind an 18-wheeler that has logs or pipes or anything on it.
the logs are gonna fall out and hit.
Yeah, it's just like irrational fears. Like that's what that whole movie, all of the movies were. But my worst irrational fear almost just came true. I'm always like terrified of like the fan blades like coming off and like murdering me.
Yes.
And that happened, but not all the way. I was like sitting in my living room and all of a sudden I hear like this like metal grinding sound and I look up and it's like my fan's like wobbling like really crazy. And yeah, one of the blades came loose, like a screw fell out and it was like about to like come and chop my head off. That was awful. That's
You know that wouldn't happen though, right?
It did though. That's the thing. It's like it really was actually happening.
But I mean, like have you ever like stuck your hand up and like hit a fan blade? It doesn't like chop you. It just hits you hard.
But the momentum and like it would
hurt.
It
would hurt. It's not gonna chop your head off.
Be cool. But like it was like a screw just like came out like fully out and it was like hanging on by one. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, that's like I've always been afraid of like I'll lay in bed because I like to have the fan running.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what if that thing just falls off?
I mean, if it was like a metal fan blade, sure, and if it was big,
it was made out of razors.
There's a scene in I don't remember what Leprechaun movie it is, but there's like a metal fan and the Leprechaun like pushes the dude's head into it, and that's like one of the I just remember watching that when I was younger.
I wasn't allowed to watch it because there were boobies at one point apparently.
Probably.
I don't remember. My mom said I couldn't see it.
That's where Jennifer Aniston got her acting start.
I was about to say Jennifer Aniston.
Was Leprechaun 2.
We should have a fancy podcast where we just dress up really fancy and eat like caviar.
We get some Grey Poupon. What else? What other like foods do you think are like fancy? There's like caviar. Like, what do you envision like a really like
fancy
poor person sees like a rich person doing? Like, what is that like juxtaposed like image in your mind?
What would it
You
be?
got lobster.
There's definitely lobster.
Got Grey Poupon.
Grapes.
Lobster. Grapes.
Fed to you.
The hedonism bot on Futurama. So you got grapes, lobster, fancy Dijon mustard.
Fancy mustard.
Oh, well, caviar. I'm not a huge fan of caviar. I don't know why. Like, I don't even like little fish eggs on my like sushi
stuff.
Yeah.
I love it. What else is fancy? Little sandwiches.
Ooh, yeah. You go to a party and there's some little sandwiches.
No crust.
Yeah, it's always.
But like, it doesn't look like they were cut because you know when you cut bread, it like smushes down. It looks like perfect.
Yeah.
How?
We'll make some. I'm just gonna get on another food kick. Sure. All right. Well, okay. So there's got to be some more. So you go to what about all right.
Shrimp.
So shrimp.
Shrimp cocktails.
Yeah, like shrimp cocktails.
After dinner mints.
Okay, yeah, or like a little digestive, like little like
vodka.
What is it? Unterberg? Is that like the little like liquor drink you drink in it?
Sambuca.
Is that fun? Is that fancy? Sambuca. What is the other one? Fernet.
Oh yeah, that's like the popular drink with the food and bev kids.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like earth.
Yeah, it's just like herby.
Not the best.
I mean, just give me tequila. What about some stuff that you thought were classy when you were like younger, like a kid going to like an adult function?
I don't know.
You don't know? What about? Did you ever go to any places that have little like cocktail wieners? Or like pigs in a blanket, and you're like, oh, this is the best.
That was like every New Year's Eve. Like,
yeah,
my neighbor would have it in the crock pot.
Yeah, yeah. little smokies.
And Miss Kathy Anderson, my neighbor, she would have the little weenies, but she would make them with a jelly, like grape jelly.
Wow,
it was so good.
Wow, so it'd be like sweet and salty kind of.
So good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What are some good like backyard potluck dishes that aren't like, let's say like some more American inspired, not the Filipino stuff, because I know you would bring like
frogmore stew. I want
there
that.
There you go.
I'm hungry now.
So for people who don't know, that is frogmore stew is corn.
It's frogs.
Lots of fucking frogs.
Why do you think it's funny?
It's It's like, whatever. I can't even go on.
Have you ever eaten frog legs?
Yeah.
I love them.
I had
Why
them.
wouldn't that be in Frogmore stew?
I don't know. Well, there's so many different names for it. It's like you guess.
Low Country Boil.
Low Country Boil is the main name. Frogmore stew, Buford stew. It's shrimp, corn, potatoes, sausage,
Frogs.
water,
Water.
and
important.
Old Bay, a shitload of Old Bay.
Bay
And
leaf.
you just put them all up in there, and you like boil it up. You boil it
Alright.
up, and then you put newspaper on a table, and you.
I went to the Blessing of the Fleet this year,
Oh, cool.
and there was a stand, and they were just giving out free tree saplings, like just like to good homes. It was really cute, and I got one. I got a red bay leaf tree.
Oh, nice.
I was like, sick. I'm gonna have my own bay leaves. Like, awesome. So I went home and planted it in my backyard. So excited. I told everybody in the neighborhood. I was like, I got the bay leaves. My brother came over the next day, my little brother, and then mowed over it. So I don't have bay leaves anymore.
He's just stealing so much stuff from you.
He hates me.
No, if he was coming over to mow your lawn, he was doing it out of
But
kindness.
he knows plants and horticulture. Like,
That's what he does.
He knows that would. So.
Classic. What good TV shows are you watching right now?
Fuck you. That's on my list.
I stole it.
I just recently watched the new season of The Ultimatum.
Ooh, what's that about?
Toxicity in relationships. It's so
Ooh.
good. I love it. So it's couples come into this reality show, and one person in the couple wants to get married. The other one is like, eh.
Mm-hmm.
So the person that wants to get married, if she's an ultimatum, is like, either, like, we're going to go on the show and either we leave and you propose to me, or no. And also there's a third option, because they break up at the beginning of the show and get matched up with another person and fall in love, and it's really bad. It's so bad. I love it. It's awesome.
Is it TLC? Or what network?
Bitch.
Netflix original? Oh, shit.
So good.
Dude, reality TV is insane.
I
Blah.
love toxic, like, romantic reality shows.
It's pretty wild, man, because...
makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you're like, all right, well, I don't know. I think there's a level of, like, in my opinion, there's like a level of, I don't want to say narcissism, but like, you have to feel real. You got to be like, I'm going on this show.
Yeah, you've got to be confident in yourself and like kind of arrogant and self-conscious.
Yeah, it's a specific type of person that goes on those shows. I almost signed up. I watched the first season of F-Boy Island, and I was like, for season 2, I was thinking about submitting for season 2.
What is F-Boy Island?
It's HBO. Do you know the comedian Nikki Glaser?
Yeah.
So she's the host of it, and she's like one of the executive producers. But essentially, there's 3 girls, and they get like 20 dudes who either identify as like a fuck boy or like a regular nice guy. Like, they have to send in audition tapes and like explain their dating history and be like, I'm a nice guy, or like, I'm a fuck boy. I don't care. I work at a club. I just fuck whatever I want.
Is he a nice boy or a fuck boy?
I think he would be a nice guy.
I think he's a nice guy.
Yeah, but also it would just be
he?
really funny to send him in on that. I mean, he's been dating somebody for a while now, so good for him.
Really?
But yeah, she's cool. She probably is subscribed. No, it's not. So, and then the 3 women basically go around and talk to all these dudes, and then like once a week they decide to like kick. Each one of them decides to like kick one of the people off, or they like call him out like, hey, you're a fuck boy, and if you are a fuck, like, they're like, you're just in it to fuck, and they're like, you got me, I'm a fuck boy. They have to go to this like little island purgatory thing where that's it's just called like purgatory.
Wait, are they trying to, even if they are fuck boys, they try to not?
So they're trying to like
trick them into falling for their
because
ways?
they win $50,000.
What is this toxic show? I love
it's pretty great. I didn't watch the second season, but I might, just because the first season I liked a lot. And then so the women pretty much have all the power, but then at the end of the first season, spoiler, the girl like has the choice between two dudes, right? And one dude is clearly like a nice guy who's like really into her. The other dude is like, you're like, I don't really know. She doesn't choose the guy that's like really into her, who's the nice guy. She chooses the other dude, and at the end he goes, I don't want to be with you. Oh God, I am spoiling
kidding,
it
I'm
with
not
you.
gonna watch
Oh
it.
God, I can't. All right, so I'm gonna cut all this, but
You don't cut it because don't cut it.
Do you want to know now? Do you want to know? You want me to finish?
I don't care.
You should watch it. It's great.
I won't.
So you said you don't know any Pokemon. What are your favorite Pokemon that you know of?
Geodude.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did say Geodude. All right,
I love Geodude. Like, he's so silly looking.
I'm gonna get you a Geodude plush, and you're gonna wear it on your head because he'll be like this. You can just wear it as a crown.
Hey, you gotta get tired of flexing all day, right?
Geodude? No, he walks on his arms.
He doesn't get tired ever.
He walks on his hands.
So
I think he can float around too.
I thought he floated.
Yeah, he can levitate, but he also can walk on his hands.
I just love him because he's silly.
And he goes, Geodude.
Oh, I'm really good at Bloody Knuckles.
I'm not gonna play with you. We must have played the game where you slide the quarter into your knuckles.
Nope.
You never played that game?
No, I don't want to play that.
All right, so what games when you were younger did you play that were like a test of like your pain threshold?
6 inches and Bloody Knuckles.
That was the shoulder one, right?
Yeah, where you have 6 inches.
But then there's the game where you slide the quarters and it slides into your knuckles. That's gnarly.
How do you play it? What is it? I have quarters probably.
You just put your hand right here and then you get your quarter and you slide it into the knuckles so the quarter hits your like the skin on your knuckles.
I don't like
Did you ever do the game where you get an ice cube covered in salt and you hold it on the back of your hand?
Yeah, I had like a bad scar from it, but it's gone now.
That's some Fight Club stuff.
Tide Pod shit.
Okay.
It's
you
the
could
same
actually die
fucking
from
shit.
that.
That's true. But so it's just like, why would we do that? We knew it was gonna hurt. And
We didn't even have cameras. We weren't even recording this shit.
We
Kids
just did it
out
for
there
funsies.
listening to this, we weren't even recording this dumb shit like you fucking idiots
That's
are.
true.
Like,
I do have one scar that stuck with me. You see this?
yeah,
This-
I see it.
Charlie Santos, 9th grade, put a cigarette out on my arm.
On purpose, or you told him to?
No, he like took my arm and just did it.
Oh wow, that's fucked.
So that's that.
Did you punch him?
No, he was my best friend. I was really sad.
Oh.
I was like, oh, I guess this is.
Were you best friends with him after that?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not. I don't know.
I'm gonna assume not, but that's okay.
I don't think we were.
So yeah, we would do the ice thing at soccer practice and at like soccer tournaments, and then one time I just left it there because any ice or anything, like eventually you stop feeling it.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and
Right,
I was like, I don't feel it
hurt
anymore,
that
and it
bad, yeah.
literally like it boiled up.
Burns your skin off.
It boiled up, and like I had a huge mark on the inside of my hand, but I was like the toughest kid on the soccer team at
like,
13.
Jimmy did that too, but he still has the scar from it. Like he did it
Really?
for like really long, I guess.
I have my gnarliest scar. Well, the one that you can kind of see is this one on the back of my hand.
Sure.
It was from a heating coil of a toaster oven. It was right before I was about to go into a shift at Papa Zuzu's, and I remember washing dishes, and it was like the first layer completely burnt off, and it was like through to the second layer, and then it got super infected, and I went up to
And like the Euro machine?
No. This was at home right before. I was
okay.
like heating up a piece of pizza, and I was about to go into Papa Zuzu's. It was like I was working like a 6 to 9 or something like that, like a night shift, and I like just burnt it. That was when I lived at my parents' house. I could skate to Papa Zuzu's. It was the best. It was like 3 blocks away. I just rode my skateboard through this neighborhood.
When you got fired.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Fuck it. That place doesn't exist anymore.
Doesn't exist. They
We
don't know
can we can bring up our dearly departed friend JM because he was there for it.
Oh, and he got fired because of you.
Yep. Okay, let's. I'm gonna set this up.
Set
so
the scene.
you set it up and explain.
It was like we were a big family. Like it was like we were working for our mom and dad, and you argued with your mom and dad, and your dad got mad at you a lot.
But that thing is that the dad was like needed therapy and medication. Like this is also like 15 years or like 12 years ago.
It was a while ago. I worked there for 10 years.
Yeah, you were there for a while.
Yeah.
But like Tom was a legit like he had some problems. Some days were
Yeah.
he had bad days and his bad
he
days
had
were
bad
very
moments.
bad. I did not catch him on a bad day. I was just being a dick.
Vincent's an idiot.
But I've had bad days with him that made me want to walk out of his restaurant, but I never did.
He scared me so bad sometimes. Like, I honestly thought I was peeing my pants. Like, when he would talk to me sometimes, I'd be like, oh no. I'd get so scared. I think that sets the stage.
Yeah. So this is the only job I've ever gotten fired from.
And he got someone else fired in the process.
And I got someone else fired in the process. So this place, like I said, mom and pop shop, stuff wasn't really getting like fixed or repaired, or like just stuff was in disarray, and like I couldn't really do anything about it. I was just a dude who worked there. I wasn't like a manager or anything.
Dude. He's a dude.
Just a guy that worked there.
Dude. We're all dudes.
We had another dude there. His name was JM. He's a really sweet dude.
Sweetest guy.
R.I.P.
Yep.
Nice, one of the nicest dudes. Anyway, so I'm sitting there washing dishes at the end of the night. If you've ever worked in a kitchen, you know, like that's the time where you just kind of like vent and rant because you're just trying to get through your fucking.
Your shift is over, but you still gotta work.
Yeah,
it's so.
And anyway, I think it was a busy night. It was just me and JM closing up. I think Kevin was working that night too, and
but it
Kevin
was
left.
Just y'all two left. It was
Yeah.
just
Kevin, I think Kevin had worked a double, so we let him go, and we were just cleaning up dishes. So it was like an hour or so. We're cleaning up dishes, and the entire time, as I do, I'm just straight up bitching about the owner of this fucking restaurant and just how he hasn't done this, hasn't done that, blah blah blah, and I'm just ranting and venting.
Shit.
Bad, like, dude, it's wild for like 30 minutes straight.
But what Vincent didn't know is that the owner was there.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
On him.
I didn't realize he had come into the building. He came through the front door, and the kitchen's in the back. And so I don't know how long he was there listening to me talk shit about him, but it had to have been long enough for him to, when I finally realized that he was there listening, he was like, "You two have to be the two stupidest motherfuckers I've ever met. Get the fuck out of my restaurant."
Did your butthole drop? Like, what?
No, dude. I straight up was like, you
don't have to clean.
I walked out. No, we were done. We were completely done. We hadn't taken out the trash yet. I walked out, I saw his car, and I was like, "Oh, Tom's there." I turned around. He's like hiding in the shadows of the bathroom door. And this is a big dude. He's like 6'5", right? Or like not 6'5". He's like
tall,
6'2", probably. Yeah. He's a tall dude. So he's kind of like a menacing, shadowy creature
Vincent
emerges.
Is also 6'2".
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, right. And he just looks at me and says that, and I just turned around. I was like, "All right, I'm out," and I just walked out the back door. I wasn't scared. I wasn't nervous. I was just like, "All right, I'm out later." And this is how sweet JM is. He goes, "But wait, dude, we gotta take out the trash. Like, we're not done yet." And I'm like, "JM, we just got fucking fired. Let's get the fuck out of here." And then we went. We went across the street because some of the servers that we were working with that night were across the street drinking, and I walk in, I'm like, "I just got fired. Me and James just got fired." We did getting drunk that night, and then I got another restaurant job like that night from somebody. Yeah, that was the only time I've ever gotten fired. But you know what? At least that dude heard like what I thought about him, like, because there were so many instances where I was like, wanted to say that shit to his face.
Tom doesn't get on this shit.
No. Whatever. That's the truth of what happened. I don't know. It's a story.
It's
like
true,
that's
yeah.
From my perspective, that's what happened. He didn't really have much input.
Deborah,
she was nice.
A lovely mother.
Look, and Tom was super nice on the days that he was nice, but
Yeah.
some days he just came in with
Scary.
a fucking crazy mindset, and you just wanted to run out the back door. Which is like most restaurant people. Like, I've worked in some crazy restaurants with crazy people and had some interesting experiences with. Not really necessarily directed towards me, but like around me and shit. Like, shit can happen, dude. I've heard stories of people getting in like you think like regular fights are gnarly. Like, if you get in a fight in a kitchen where there's knives
Someone
and like
downtown like got fired, came back, and they like shot the place up.
Yeah, that happened in Mount Pleasant on Shim Creek. The manager at I think Tavern and Table or one of those Shim Creek restaurants. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, somebody got fired and then they came back in and tried to rob the place and like shot the manager and ended up like dying a couple like later on. It's wild. But your food bev job, you could get that same job somewhere else. Like go get your dough somewhere else. Like, I get it, you've been slighted in some way, but also like
it's so
it's not worth
too.
it's not worth shooting someone over it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, Caroline all of a sudden has an English accent.
Wait, is Caroline an auntie?
Yeah, I told you this. Everybody's an auntie
and a sister.
Oh yeah, well she's Kaia's sister.
I had a conundrum where I was trying to figure out like what an auntie was in.
Hi, Vincent. Are you guys recording right now?
Yeah, you're actually on.
I sing a really cool song like I did karaoke a couple nights ago and bombed.
Yep.
Yeah, there's one bar here that does karaoke all the time. It's the British pub.
You don't have to hold it that close.
A lot of characters.
Wait, we need an intro. We need an intro, Caroline. Oh, she's technically our first guest now.
Is she? No. Well, Kaia was on over the phone before, and those were some funny interactions.
Yeah, what was up with that? Was she really trying to guilt trip you?
Dude, it was really funny. I didn't realize that she was like, I thought she was talking about walking back home like at night, and I didn't realize she was talking about walking home in the middle of the day.
Too. Like literally on the other side of Chuck Dolly Boulevard.
She was like in your neighborhood.
She knew I was recording. So anyways, this is our good friend Caroline, and she's awesome. She's in Florida, and
you got me on a podcast right now, don't you?
Yep.
And I wanted to invite her to go to the bar, but I can't now.
I mean, you guys come down to Florida. There's a lot of bars here.
Where in Florida? We're on our way.
St. Augustine. Get down here, man. I'm on a porch looking over a river. There's a pool.
Wow.
Dude, all of that.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I need to go somewhere. Yeah, hey, Caroline, have you ever been fired?
Have I ever been fired? Hell no.
Oh, well.
No one's gonna fire me.
No one would. You're right.
Ask her about working at Juan's when it first opened.
Did you work at Juan's when it first opened?
Oh my god, I did. And I was terrified. It was like my first like big serving job. I remember they gave me like a 7-table section and I was losing my mind. But then it got really cool and, you know, you go in the freezer and take shots and everything was fine.
Sick. Caroline, will you be here for my birthday, July 14th, 2023?
July 14th, absolutely.
All right, sick.
Yes.
We're just going to go do karaoke.
Oh, yeah, I need to mark that down.
Mark it?
I promise I'll do better than I did a couple nights ago.
You'll do better than me for sure, Z's.
Oh, neither of us will do better than Vincent, so we know that.
What?
Vincent's the karaoke king.
I know, right? What's your go-to karaoke song?
Rebel Yell by Billy Idol.
Pretty cool.
Tasha, what about you?
I have a new karaoke list I'm working on. Would you like me to read them out to you?
Yes.
Playlists. Karaoke. I'm a Thug by Trick Daddy. Fat Lip by Sum 41. Whoomp, There It Is by Tag Team.
That's a good one.
Check Yourself by Ice
ones.
Cube. Just a Friend, Biz Marquee. I Believe in a Thing Called Love. We did that one together once.
Nice.
Yep,
That's a good one.
Yes, we did.
All Star by Smash Mouth. The Middle,
I almost
Jimmy
did
Eat
that
World. Wobble by VIC. That's like one of my favorite songs.
Mm-hmm.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble.
It's pretty straightforward.
Oh, Fuck Her Gently, Tenacious D.
Nice.
Here and Now, Letters to Cleo and Josie by Blink-182. So are you ignoring your friends and hanging out with us on our podcast right now? What's going on?
Yeah, well, we just got back to the house and we turned on a little bit of Schitt's Creek, and so
Nice.
I didn't want to, like, interrupt Schitt's Creek, so I went out on the porch.
Yeah, it's like the 2:00 in the afternoon time is one of those. It's like
It's
from 2 to
nap
5. You're
time.
like, it's nap time, or I'm gonna drink more
I
time.
walked
Who
in
knows?
today and I was
yeah.
like, you ready to podcast? And Business like, I need a nap.
I just haven't been in the best like mindset the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I feel like the same, but also nothing is going down. But I feel like
Yeah.
it's going down. I'm just
Yeah.
exhausted. Caroline, can you do your Shakira again?
You want me to... Oh, hang on. A little,
Yep.
That's gonna be our intro.
So
This
we're-
noise for the rest of our
when we
episodes.
have Caroline on, we just have to like just put a picture of her just like right here. Right. This is Caroline's face. It's gonna be right here.
Yeah. We'll just have a picture of her, whatever picture you want to send.
Send us your baby picture.
I'm sure Tasha's got a few.
Ew. From her
my
OnlyFans. Holy shit.
I didn't even tell her about that. So you know the guy that I was like hanging out with for a good bit.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. It was like the only like actual guy. I had a tripod for my phone camera. Like I bought it when Letty was born to like have to be able to film Letty. And he saw it when he came over to my house for the first time. He was like, "Oh, is that for your OnlyFans?" And I was like,
Oh my god.
"What?" And he made a big, huge deal and wouldn't believe me when I said no. And it was a thing. It was really weird.
That's pretty rude.
Isn't that insane?
It's very insane. Like, everybody... There's tripods all over the place.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? You think I just, like what? I don't know. Apparently, I have this, like... Apparently, I don't realize how big of scumbags dudes are because
you're such a great guy.
maybe it's not... I don't even know.
Though.
look, I don't know.
You're a considerate person.
You're a good guy. You're one of the good ones.
Abby tells me this shit all the time where she's like, yeah, it's really weird how, like, I'll tell you, like, things about, like, stories about what dudes do, and then you're like, I would never. And it's like,
you wouldn't.
Because I wouldn't.
You
But, like,
really
apparently
wouldn't,
this is a thing that happens all the time. Like, dudes just assume chicks have OnlyFans because they have a fucking tripod set
Guys
up
are
in their
dicks.
fucking room.
Not all
like,
guys, but a lot of guys, like, just are just
you
assuming
look.
self-righteous
If you're
ways.
watching this, you know who we're talking about.
You know who you are.
You know who you fucking are.
I think he really wanted you to have an OnlyFans. Like,
See, and that was another thing I was thinking about. I was like, maybe like secretly he was like trying to like guilt you into like, but like that's also insane. Like,
I don't think that's that. I don't think that was the situation. But
whatever the thing is that dude clearly has some sort of issue that he needs to work through.
Yeah,
if he wants to be a healthy
weird.
human being.
He really did. He wanted me to be a whole other person to like be with him. It was really weird.
I've learned, because I've done this in a lot of relationships, is like trying to be like, oh, I can help this person or I can change this person.
Yeah.
And that never fucking works. Like,
well, it
wasn't.
Yeah, he wanted to change. Not
change you, but
know,
like,
he did. It was.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like topics got brought up, like, because I don't believe in God, and he's very religious, and he was like, he was very like. He was like, well, you know, if I marry a girl, she needs to believe in God. And I was like, okay.
Interesting.
It was a really harsh topic for him.
His whole like, are you a webcam girl question isn't very Christian of him if he's trying to accept people.
It was,
what the fuck?
it was just really weird, like the whole thing, and like dodged a bullet.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he left, he broke it off. I dodged that bullet because he ended it.
We're gonna insert some applause sounds right here. Yay! So he was just like flat out, just wasn't gonna date you.
He wouldn't date me. It was like a big thing. Like there were too many like reservations. He was like, you don't believe in God. And
you didn't check enough boxes.
I didn't check the boxes, but he like kept like dangling it, like it could be.
What do you mean? Like a man was trying to keep you on the hook?
Yeah.
No way.
That's what I kept telling him. I was like, I'm not an item in a grocery store. You can't just like look and then say, oh, maybe I'll come back and put you on layaway or something.
On that subject, I am guilty of this, but not knowing it. Like the reason that like I kind of started like really taking like my relationship seriously was because Abby literally was like, hey, like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we've been hanging out for a couple weeks, and I was like, I don't know, I hadn't really thought about it.
Well, it's not urgent.
Sometimes guys are stupid, and you need them.
You
have to be like, hey.
leaving me out to dry, and like, it was very, very obvious, and I would call him out, and I'd be like, hey, like, you can't, like, let me know one way or the other, because, like, I'm into this, like, I like the idea of being with you, this is fun, but you're a dick, and I don't know, like, where we stand.
Right.
After things ended, and he was immediately dating a girl, like, full-on relationship.
Wow.
Like, right away. I was like, oh, well, that sucks, but okay. He
might also have been stringing her along, not to talk shit.
Probably
like,
was.
Assumptions are, like, generally when guys are doing that, it's because they gotta go to people.
Oh, for sure. No, after he ended things with me, he unfollowed me on Instagram. I was like, all right, cool. I unfollowed him. Whatever. Don't care. Started dating this new girl, and then I have a private profile. He requested to follow me again. I was like cool, all right, sure. Like, I don't care. Like, I approved it. I didn't follow him back. And then like that day, he sent like a bunch of like hearts in a DM. And I just like I opened it and then I ignored it. I was like,
while he's been with this other girl.
With the new girl, and I ignored it. And then he unfollowed me.
So
That's it.
So this dude's just a complete psycho.
He's a fucking weirdo.
This is what those are. We don't play games.
We don't play games. Don't play games. I'll call you out. But also, like, I don't care that much. But also, you're fucking weird, man.
Fucking weird, dude.
Yeah.
Is this where the podcast goes off the rails and falls apart? This is the beginning of the end.
I should. You want a shotgun? Oh, you.
It'd be tough.
But you could.
What, a truly?
I only have one beer left. But I want a shotgun.
That?
Yeah. It's Topo
Chico. Don't shotgun that.
Buy one, get one free at Publix.
Okay, let's talk about just absurd drinking habits in general. Like, do you feel like alcohol has just taken over?
I don't drink during the week.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about I'm talking about people in general. Like,
nope.
Like, what is there?
Okay, there was a whole like
decade
where they outlawed alcohol. Like, we don't have.
No, you're right. And the mindset I was just about to try and talk about. That I don't want it to be misconstrued with that. And I'm saying I think because I read an article today that said Gen Z people are drinking less, and that clubs are suffering because they aren't making enough money.
They're drinking less, and
I mean, let's just be objective here. Alcohol's
I have a
not
Gen Z
good.
sister.
What?
My little sister's Gen Z. She's 19.
Alcohol's not good, and it's never been a secret. Just people aren't paying attention to.
They're just more responsible, and they don't smoke cigarettes. It's.
Well, yeah, because they have so many. They have so many examples of why it's bad in front of them.
Well, they still use their vapes though, but they.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're totally different.
I honestly think it might just be more of they have access to so much more information than we did.
They really do, but that gives them. This is what pisses me off with Kaia. She thinks she's smarter than me because she has the world in her fucking palm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm sorry, everything online is not true.
Yeah.
She really does believe everything on TikTok.
Oh yeah, you can't.
It's so fucking dumb.
Yeah. That's why we were talking about making up the Y2K. We should write a Wikipedia page and
about the
send
Y2K
it to
bug,
Kaia.
and it was a real bug. It was a cockroach.
It was a bug. It crawled into the fucking wires.
The cockroach went in the computer, nibbled on all of them. The Y2K bug. Do you remember the cockroach?
Yeah, Caroline. What happened?
Caroline,
what happened to you?
You remember the cockroach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Proof is in the pudding.
So yeah, all of you young, all of you
fucking idiots,
you fucking whippersnappers,
dumbass bitches,
who think that your information is safe. There's a
you
bug,
don't know shit about the Y2K cockroach.
A bug will crawl in and steal all of your
and
precious TikTok
all
videos.
The clocks to 1900.
Yeah, 1900.
Why
did we think that was going to be a problem? Just reset the clock. It's like computer technology. Because they didn't program
the computer to know past the number 1999.
Computer technology just wasn't. But they did. That's the thing, is that it didn't happen.
Yeah, nothing happened.
The programmers were like, oh shit, this might happen.
I don't even think the programmer, it was just like a big news media thing. It was just it didn't make sense. And I knew it going in.
Do you remember when the news was real simple like that?
News was great back in the day. I'm gonna shotgun.
No, right now on camera?
Yeah.
Don't do it in the studio. The studio's gonna get all gross.
I don't dribble.
All right.
Yeah, Casa's a pro.
I'm a fucking pro.
You gotta pop a hole in it.
Shit.
I do like how you open your fucking beers.
All right, Caroline, don't say anything. I'm gonna be silent, and it's gonna be all Kasia right here. Ready?
Don't play footsie.
5. No.
Hold on, I gotta pop the.
Yeah. Well, no.
Okay, ready?
This is the best podcast ever.
Throw this away.
I'm over here drinking a coconut water, trying to stay hydrated.
He's drinking a coconut, but he has a beer hidden behind his computer right here. Don't let him fool you. Hey, Caroline, can you look at him and can you get his attention?
Can I get his attention?
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on.
We about to have a second guest.
All right, got his attention.
Can you put your hand up with your palm facing your face and then put down your pinky, your ring, your index, and your thumb?
My friends called me and I'm shooting at a podcast right now, and so Tucker wants to be on the podcast.
Oh, hey, yeah, put us on speaker. Tucker!
Hey, I'm Tucker.
Hi, Tucker. My name's Casia Shot Gun.
And I'm Vincent Nagel. And you're on
Day Old Bagel.
You're on the Day Old Bagel.
The Day Old Bagel podcast. Woo!
All right, so if you had a guy that you'd been making out and doing sex with over to your house and you had a tripod, like a short, like a personal tripod for your phone, and he came over and he said, well, do you have that because of your OnlyFans? And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't have an OnlyFans because it's never come up ever before, but he sees a tripod and he assumes you have an OnlyFans, and then he argues with you after you say, I don't have an OnlyFans, but he tries to tell you that you're lying to him. What do you do?
What would you do in that situation?
I would ask him if he wants to be on my OnlyFans. That's the real question, because if he's a banger, like, let's set up my camera and go. Like, I'm here to argue with the guy if he's super hot, so...
I guarantee you this dude would get camera shy.
Oh,
The guy.
He's camera shy.
Yeah,
He
I
would
should
try
have.
and take over your channel. This is my channel now.
You might as well just roll with it. That's what I say. So...
I did take dirty pictures with him. Whoa!
These pictures.
Oh, this happened.
The guy she was dating, he came over and he saw the tripod, or like, hang out with. I don't know.
But then, you know what? I took the dirty picture. Don't tell my mom this.
We can cut all
Mom,
this.
You can put it in, but mom, I didn't. We did.
Mom, I did.
I took a picture of that
Uh-huh.
on his phone, and then he sent it to like his group chat of dudes.
What?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
No, this dude's a piece of shit.
Fuck that guy.
Nudes to a group chat?
It's one thing to be like, hey, check this photo out and show them.
It was like a trophy picture. It was
Yeah,
really fucking
it's-
weird because he told me, he's like, take a picture of this, and I was like, yeah, totally.
Wait, so he instigated you taking a picture? Oh, fuck this guy.
And it was to send to the group chat.
Don't make it right at church on Sundays.
Yeah.
Wait, we need to have guests all the time. This is fun.
We're-
asking for these pics and show them to his friends. Like,
so that is the most fucked up shit.
Use your camera.
Yeah, and he didn't tell me until after.
Of course he did. Why would he tell you he's sending naked pictures of you to his friends? Why would he tell you that?
I think this is the definition of gaslighting, guys.
Holy fuck.
Light on you and then turns around and sends it in a group chat.
Yeah.
Like,
Super fucked up.
What a fucking creep, dude.
But also, like, cool. Like, I don't know, it was a good picture, but it also was like fucking
Did you
weird.
look? Hey, wait, hold on.
looked great.
You look great in the photo.
I have the picture on my phone.
Well, I don't want to see it,
I'm not
but
gonna show you, but it's
Yeah.
good.
yeah, I believe you. That's so
like
crazy.
men, if you're lucky enough to receive a photo, and women too, of a hottie
Yes.
just for you, keep it just for you.
Everyone.
Don't share
It's
that
not
shit.
for everyone. Yeah.
Like, there's like, hey, check out this photo that someone sent me. Like, if they're in your presence, be like, hey, dude, check out this
Right,
photo.
like I told you, I
show
have-
them a photo, but don't give them access to showing that photo to more
Exactly.
people. Like,
Like,
what the fuck?
I've told
Like,
you that I have pee-pee pictures on my phone, but I'm not gonna show you.
No, well, I mean, I don't want to see
Well,
them.
you don't
but
wanna see 'em, but I'm
also,
not gonna
no, you're not
show
just gonna,
anyone.
you're not just gonna like send me those.
Yeah, exactly.
Be like, here's one with him next to a cucumber. Like, it's
A
not
pee-pee
the same
pizza.
size. Yeah, pizza. Holy
Caroline,
moly.
have you ever gotten a picture of a pee-pee and a pizza?
I
I don't like
think
the shape of a pizza being referred to dick. I don't know. I'm just like imagining somebody like slapping their dick.
Put your titties away! Oh my god.
rolling the pizza around the dick.
sausage and pepperoni pizza.
Send Caroline a picture of what she looks like.
Well, no, you do because my phone's.
My
on.
phone's right. Oh wait. Oh, I
Oh,
hung
you
up.
have. Okay, so let's end it on what are your favorite armor sets from Tears of the Kingdom?
The only complete set I have is the diving or the what is it
The
called?
Zora armor?
No, the one where you're like diving.
I do have that completed,
Yeah,
but I haven't
that's
upgraded
the
it all.
That's the only full complete set I have.
Have you upgraded it to where you get the
man,
set
I haven't done
bonus?
shit.
You gotta upgrade them.
I'm very far behind. I've made this very clear.
I could beat
I'm
the
gonna
game
beat the
right
game
now.
before then.
I could beat the game right
I
now.
could go beat the game right now too.
I don't want to.
I don't want to, but I'm going to.
My collectionist and completionist like mindset is kicking in where I'm like, I'm at a point in the game where it doesn't feel like I can't complete it.
Have you gone into the castle yet?
Yeah, I beat that. I
Yeah.
beat that shit.
So,
I beat that fucking shit.
Right.
It was easy as fuck.
But like now I know like I just want to level
Lots
up.
of gloom hands.
And also because
There weren't any
do you have
gloom
auto
hands.
build yet?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like, I have an idea. I want to make some cool things to just be able to pop the fuck up
Yeah.
whenever I go to my final battle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and just
Just
slay.
set them up. Just zone eye heads that target, and then
Yeah,
laser
you can
beams.
have a turret with just laser beams. Attach a big battery to it.
I told you guys I took on the ice Gleok.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I went to go do the electric.
Yeah, because it's in the jungle, right?
Yeah,
that was the first one I took down.
So I went there and I made this fucking crazy mech. It was just
So you've been making mechs to go fight them?
I've been practicing some mechs lately. Yeah. So I made one, and it's just a turret head, like a zone I had that targets the enemy, and then there's 2 levels, and it goes out 3 of laser beams. So it just turns.
That's so awesome.
12 beams just shooting.
Jesus Christ!
But then at the same time, I'm still using rocket shields. I'm still going up, and then shooting and freezing time it.
See, I haven't been making any.
I have been neglecting it until recently.
Some of the ones I've seen online are insane.
They're silly. I did try to make a mobile home.
All right, that's where we're gonna end it on the mobile. That's episode 4, everybody.
I'll take a screenshot of it for you next time.
All right.
Yes, Day Old Bagel episode 4.
Episode 4 in the books. Let's
Did we talk about anything?
I was gonna say we don't want no scrub. All right.
We don't want no scrub.
Bye, Kasia. Bye, everybody.
Vincent, I love you. Bye,
That was a
Mom.
lot
Bye,
of fun.
Dad.
That was so much fun.